Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Please like, share and subscribe, and let's start our video for our weekly reading. We're gonna have a lot of cards coming out today because a lot of decks wanted to come out. I have them spread out all along my floor around here. I haven't pre-shuffled anything, so you're gonna have to be patient with me because I'll have to open and close a lot of boxes. So I'm gonna try to keep this introduction short. This week I feel a very melancholic type of energy. Oh my god, I think there's cat hair in my eyes because it's really bothering me. Something very thin, I don't know. Sorry about that. I feel a very melancholic energy happening this week. And it all has to do with the winter solstice in the North Hemisphere, even though I live in the South Hemisphere, and in the South Hemisphere we have the summer solstice. I feel in a collective that Earth has this more wintry energy around it. And the winter solstice is gonna happen on the 21st, between the 21st and the 22nd of December this year. Let me check it because I keep saying it and I'm not sure the precise day. Yeah. And it's literally the darkest night of the year in the northern hemisphere, and the shortest night of the year, therefore the longest day of the year in the southern hemisphere. But because it is the longest night of the year, it really represents the darkest moment energetically on Earth. It's when we stay the furthest from the sun, and we receive the least amount of light, let's put it this way. So it is an invitation for us to look very deeply into our own shadows, but not just that, astrologically, which is funny enough because, oh my god, my eyes, they're just I'm really sorry you guys, my eyes, they just, there's something really annoying in there. Let me just grab my cat just a second. I'm really sorry you guys, he needed help going to the bathroom. So yeah, as I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying, to be honest, but winter solstice. It is a moment for us we get really in touch with our shadows. But this winter solstice, especially, we're having, remember that I said, I don't even know if I said this in this channel because I don't know if I've created the channel by then. Anyway, we were gonna have, I think I did say that. Yeah, anyway. I said that, probably I said it, that we were gonna have three oppositions happening with Pluto that were gonna be important. The first one happened in October, I think, which was not October, sorry, September. Or October, I don't remember anymore, guys, and my computer's turned off. Anyway, the first one was, well, an opposition between Mars and Pluto, and it is a very important opposition because Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, and both planets talk about power. Mars is more about the Earth earth energy power, how we direct our power in the earthly realm, let's put it this way. And Pluto is more of a spiritual power. That's why it's a higher octave. But both are about our power. How we usher our power. Is it Usher? I think it is. Isn't it the name of a singer? Whatever. Guys, I'm just so out there. I'm sorry. But so when there's an opposition between the two planets, it's a very important moment. Anything involving Pluto is very important, but especially when it's Mars. It's like father and son having a very important conversation about our personal power and how we're going to use it towards our spiritual growth and how we're going to apply it into reality. The first one we still had Pluto in Capricorn and Mars was in Cancer, and Pluto was retrograde. Now we're having one that Pluto is direct and it is in Aquarius, but Mars is the one that is retrograde and it's in Leo. So they kind of switched frequencies. And then we are gonna have later on, I think it is in March or April, I'm not sure. But we're gonna have a third one where both of them are gonna be in direct movement. Which is almost like this culmination of energies. So in the first one, we had one planet under review. The second one, we had another planet under review. And then we're having both planets like, okay, ready, set, go. Let's part our ways and do each one what we have to do according to what was planned during retrogression. But this retrogression that we're having between Pluto and Pluto in Aquarius and Mars in Leo retrograde, it is a reminder for us to make sure we're working on our personal power, on ourselves, on it's actually, again, it's the same energy always, but in a deeper sense. It wants to assure us that we're channeling our energies and making the best use of our energies, going towards our true path. It's almost like both planets are talking to each other, saying, are we happy with the way our lives are going? And not just going, are we happy with the way we're leading our lives? With the daily lives we're having, how we're, again, are we happy with the life we're building? If not, Mars, that's why Mars is retrograde. Are you feeling self-realized, fulfilled, as a creative being on Earth? Is this fulfilling you spiritually? And not just that, do you feel that this is going to help you find your place and express yourself in the collective, that you can contribute to the collective or not? Do you really feel like you're a special piece in all of this, that you have something to give and you're working towards that or not? Do you really feel like you can shine your light in the best way possible in order to help mankind from now on and express your true vocation as a soul, as an expression of the Creator on earth or not. All this dialogue happening. If not, Mars, then it is time to rework on how you move through the world. Let's see how you're dealing with your energy. Let's rethink it. That's what's happening between these two planets. And most importantly, because of all these looking inwards, and Mars is retrograde, Mars in Leo, Mars loves to be in Leo. It is an astrological placement that Mars loves to be, because it is a fire sign. But that's the thing, Mars loves being there when it's in direct movement. When it's retrograde, it's like, whoa, it's like when you pull on the reins on a horse. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, Mars. And Mars hates it. It's like, no, just let me go. I just want to make it. I just want to make it. And the retrogression is like, yeah, but no, it's not the time right now. So there's this kind of frustration energy a little bit, but not just that. Because of the winter solstice, there's this also very feminine energy in the air of looking inwards and going very deep into the subconscious and into this primordial, I think it is, this chaos. And feminine energy is the origin of everything. The masculine energy is what forms everything, and feminine energy is like this dissolved energy. That is why feminine energy is associated with shadow, darkness. It's not a bad thing. It's because it's where the potential of everything is happening, where everything is spread. That's why feminine energy is receptive, because masculine energy is the restrictive one that gives form to the feminine energy, and then things happen. So we are in this river of, not even a river, in this ocean of creation where anything can happen, but it's deep, and it's indefinite. It's like the fabric of the universe in the subconscious mind, and very deep. So we're feeling very where everything can happen, but you feel very empowered of yourself if you feel like you've been comfortable with your shadows. If you've done all the work that you've been doing through 2024, and you've been integrating your shadows and learning how to deal with them, embracing them at least halfway through, understanding them, and again integrating them and getting to know them, and most of all not being afraid of shadow, which is the whole work of Pluto for us. Let me just grab some water. If you've been doing that, then you will probably feel very empowered right now. Like, yeah, I can make it happen. Anything can happen in my life. Maybe you don't know what or how, but you're gonna feel like, yes, you can make it, because you're gonna feel the power of your shadow allowing you to create the new, instead of just creating, because you're gonna be highly intuitive and you're gonna feel like one with everything, instead of just relying on masculine, defined, logical energy. You're gonna be highly intuitive. If not, most people who haven't done this work, and who are not in touch with all of that, they're gonna be more in the desperate type of energy, acting more like blind people, because that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be in the primordial ocean of creation and chaos, and they're gonna be blind because they don't know their own shadows. They're gonna be forced to see them, and it's gonna be worse and worse and worse every time. But remember that I said about Mars. Mars is retrograde, pulling on the reins. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute, little horsey. And we're going deep. So what we are invited to do during this holiday season is, if you want to expand your energy with this Mars and Pluto opposition, which is personal power, yes, you can do that, but not outwardly. You're invited to do that inwardly. So you can discover, and again, inwardly, intuition, just let your intuition come out and use it. Go deep into yourself. So you will find a world in there that wants to come out, because you're being invited to dig deep and see, are you happy with the way things are going? If not, now it's the time to create new pathways. Redirect this energy. A lot is going to change, especially, I even took some notes from downloads during the previous video that I recorded in Portuguese, but it's far too complicated for me to explain it here. If you guys want to know more, because it applies individually to each person, just like any astrology thing, but it's really complicated. It involves degrees and dates and signs and all of that. So if you guys are interested, you can book a session with me or something. But a lot is going to change, and the time to understand it and review that, it's now. And this melancholy that I feel is we going deep, as this frustration of wanting to go outwardly but being invited to go inwardly. And when we go very deep inwardly, we're gonna realize, I've been talking about relationships all throughout the year, that because this year we were working on the nodes, the lunar nodes during the eclipses, on the axis, what I call the identity axis, that involves Aries and Libra, and we've been working on a lot of social conditioning, bringing out our primordial selves, our inner spark, our, again, true selves, instead of just, and we've been adjusting the meaning of a harmonious relationship, fairness in relationship, what it means to be in a balanced relationship. We've been working on all that, deconstructing all these social constraints around being polite and being nice and doing things that really suffocate our true selves and our egos and harm us, really, and caged our souls in order to be friendly, and not just be friendly, but because being friendly is not a bad thing, but in order to attain some standard that was imposed onto us, you know, to behave like good little sheep, good little lambs, or something like that. We've been working on all of that. So that's why I've been talking about relationships all throughout the year. And this deep dive that we're going to have throughout the holidays, we're going to notice that during all this shadow work that we've been having, which has been really painful, we had to say goodbye to a lot of things, a lot of people, and again, it's been painful. We learned, above all else, that each and every one of us, every time I talk about that, I get emotional because it's true. We realized that we deserve we deserve to be loved no matter what. We are all creatures of God. And God's law is love. So we found out that we don't deserve to be loved only when we are at our best. We deserve love when we are at our worst as well. And we realized that sometime, and when we were doing, because again, we realized that just the fact that we exist, just the fact that we are existing, is something that shows us that we are worthy of love. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been created. Everything that has been created out of love. So everything deserves love. So if you haven't been receiving that from whoever it was, it's been hard. And you've noticed that again, you had to cut a lot of people from your life, a lot of situations from your life. And even when you were at your worst, when you doubted yourself, there were people by your side along the journey that were there with you at your worst. When even you couldn't believe in your own self. And these are the people that when you'll be doing this deep dive, you're gonna see these people's faces. And sometimes these people, I don't know, are not even there with you anymore because they live far away, they're having health issues, or even they passed away or something, but they helped you build the strong core that you became. Today. They helped you find out who you truly are no matter what. They showed you what true love, what it feels to be truly loved in your essence. Again, that you're worthy of love no matter what. But you're also gonna see who wasn't there, who only gave you conditional love, who only accepted you if you were this and that way. And this can be really hard because you had to let these people go, and sometimes you let these people go only physically, but you're still emotionally attached, maybe not to the person but to the memories, to some trauma, or even something that might not even have happened between the two of you, but just the painful memory of you realizing that you need to move forward, because you've embraced your shadows, you integrated them, but the other person decided to not do spiritual work and decided to stay back in the path. And if you stayed back with them, you wouldn't have ascended. So it's like, yeah, I have to move away from you in order to keep going on my own journey. And you had to let them go, you had to leave. Maybe you will meet later on, farther in your paths, but maybe your paths are going to cross each other again. But it's painful nonetheless, you having to let go of the hand of someone. And during the holidays, it's a time that sometimes you stay with people that you don't want to be staying close to. And sometimes you want to be close to people that you just simply can't. It's this dichotomy that we have. So it's gonna be hard, because you're gonna have this retrospective of who was, it's not even who is with you from now on, it's who was there with you all of the time through this journey and who wasn't. And a lot of, you're gonna see a lot of ghosts. It's like a Christmas carol. Is it a Christmas carol? Yeah. The ghost of future, of the past, like the future. It's all of those ghosts from Scrooge. Is it Scrooge, the name of the guy? Yeah. You're gonna see all of the ghosts that were with you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And maybe you will be surrounded by the bad ones, the ugly ones, and you don't want to be around them. Or again, you want to be close to the good ones and they're not there. It's going to be painful. It's a very nostalgic time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the... Not really sometimes. Sometimes it's not the most wonderful time of the year. So there's this little bit of sadness coming with all this retrospective type of energy. I even use the analogy. It's a mix of, you know, in the Oscars when they do the in memoriam type of thing. It's a little bit of the in memoriam from the Oscars mixed with you know, when you go to McDonald's, I don't know, I haven't been on a McDonald's for how long? 22 years? Yeah. I haven't stepped into a McDonald's in 22 years. But yeah, I don't know if they have that anymore, but back in my days, they used to have those pictures up on the wall, like employee of the month. It's almost a mix between the in memoriam from the Oscars and the employee of the month, where you're gonna have all these memories from people and all of these things, but who was there every single month? Who was the employee of the month with you? So yeah, and it's funny because I even noticed that when in the previous video, and that was completely not planned. I'm wearing the shirt of the Night's Watch from the Game of Thrones series with night gathers and now my watch begins. It's this energy of you being resilient on your and being committed to your transformation in the darkest times, and because you were committed, you were not succumbing to and you're still not going to succumb. That is the Pluto and Mars conversation. Are you happy? Don't let anything stop you, block you, change you. Just keep focusing on what you came here to do for yourself and for the collective. For God's sakes, just keep doing that. Don't let evil win. Don't let the White Walkers turn you into a zombie with a cold heart. Be a crow. The crow is very intuitive. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, this is not going to make any sense, but they call the guardians of the Night's Watch, they call them crows. But the crow is an animal that has a sixth sense, and it's very intuitive. It's related to Odin. Anyway, I'm just going too far, but it's all that. So, and this is the vowel. It's the vowel that they swear when they not the vowel, the vowel. I said the vowel like consonants and vowel. It's the vowel. These are the vowels that they swear when they join the Night's Watch. So it's like this, it's almost like I solemnly swear that I'm not gonna deviate from my path from now on, and I'm gonna stand up against I'm gonna go against the current. I'm gonna go against the current because I'm gonna bring change to me and to Earth, and I'm gonna be an agent of change in the world, and it starts with me. Is this salmon energy of swimming against the current that I keep talking all the time, which is funny I mentioned salmon because I have a lot of Celtic energy, especially during this time of year. For me, all this Christmas thing, all of this is not about Jesus, it's Celtic. It's completely Celtic because it's got a lot of druid energy for me, and I'm very related to druids. So a lot of decks that wanted to come out are Celtic ones. They have, well, for me, they're not necessarily Celtic, but for me they have Celtic energy and druid energy around them. So yeah, and salmons, they were animals that are highly related to druids. The druids really valued the salmons because they saw the metaphor in them, behind them. And I forgot to light up the candle, which is, don't forget to how do I say it? Don't let your light be dimmed. It is during the darkest hours that we need to keep our light lit up. And it is in the darkest hours that people try to blow out our candle the most. So yeah, one thing that came to me in the Brazilian video, and it's coming on this one as well, which is a warning that I already gave you. I think I gave you in the previous video as well. Be careful with all of the people, the envious people that haven't gone through an awakening, that haven't done the shadow work, because they're gonna see you guys in this powerful energy. It's almost like this priestess energy. Yeah, this priestess energy of harnessing the energy from shadow, from feminine power, from intuitive power, lunar power, again from this mystical place, because you're in touch with your shadow. It's power from the shadow because you are very comfortable with your own shadow now and you know how to use it. You're not using energy just from your yang energy, from your light energy, from your male energy, but also from your female energy, from your feminine energy. A lot of people who haven't done the work are going to be scared as hell, because they're going to confront their depths, and they don't have the, it's like you guys have the sixth sense to swim in the darkness, to swim into the abyss, and they don't. So they're gonna be in that same energy that I said in the previous week. Oh, they must have done something, because they are cheaters, so they think you guys cheated. They have no idea what you've been through to get where you are today. And again, they weren't even there with you guys. They kind of abandoned you. Or you abandoned them because of their behavior. But anyway, they are in this energy of like, oh, they must be cheating. They must be cheating. And let me just put this here. And they're going to be giving you bad vibes, really, and wishing you bad things. But it's like I say, it only influences you if you are in their frequency and allowing this frequency to get into you. So as long as you're okay with you and in a high frequency and really locked in your own energy and don't minding them, whatever they throw at you, evil eye and all, evil eye only gets to you if you allow it to. That's the honest truth. That's why I don't like when people say, oh, I do evil eye work, and someone through you, someone sends you evil eye so I can clean it for you. It's like, you only get it if you allow it to. You know? If you're okay, then there's no... If you're okay with yourself and you're in your own... If you're vibing in your own frequency, no evil eye is gonna get to you. Okay, now for the cards, because we're gonna have a lot of cards today. I just hope I made some sense, because when I'm talking and channeling, I don't remember half of the things that I said previously, especially now, because I'm on the verge of burnout of the amount of downloads. That's why I'm gonna take a break, a small break. Small, very small. Because I cannot take breaks from YouTube or from downloads themselves, but at least from sessions, I'm gonna have to take a small break. This one, okay. Let me get the book, because they're telling me all the time, read the books, read the books, read the books. Drawing down the sun, wildfire, divine, masculine, magnificence, and witness. Number 22, the number of integration. Integrating light and shadow. And again, oh, not for this one. They're saying don't read it for this one. So again, like I said, don't let anyone dim your light. Bring down the light to the darkest places. You are the light. I find it funny. Wildfire, magnificence. You guys should spread the word like wildfire. Is this Pluto Mars energy? Don't let anything stop you now. Don't let anyone shush you. Okay. This one. Oh my god, the same card came out for the previous video. The same freaking card. Mother word, strength. Number 13, related to death. So you're being reborn to create something, because you're creating something new, because you guys have been strong, and it's gonna require even more strength due to your new values, to the values that you're bringing, Venus. And again, you're gonna attract based on your values. This creation is gonna be based on your values. And you guys have been strong. You've climbed the mountain through the power of your heart. It's important to keep it lit. I'm telling you guys, great job. And a lot of people are not gonna like it. They must have cheated. Yeah. they got to the top of the mountain by using a helicopter. That's what you guys were gonna do, right? Except they didn't. It was a Sisyphus effort. Sometimes it felt like it. Me and my mythology. In the Brazilian video, I was holding back my tongue not to speak about mythology. And here, I almost started about Sisyphus. Thank God I just mentioned his name, but I'm gonna stop there. Okay. Oh my God, a winter card as well. Because we're in winter, solstice. But yeah, in the Brazilian video, we also had the winter. Intention. May you be called to begin. A new beginning is coming. You guys are sprouting a new life based on your values. So the new is coming, guys. The new is coming. All the work you've done is gonna pay off. Just, you have been hibernating. Just wait a little longer. And make sure your intentions are pure. Did I show what is written? Because I think I kept my fingers here. God, my nails are a disaster. And I'm not gonna, because I don't like painting them or anything. I only do my nails for very specific things. Because I find it's very harmful to put nail polishing and all of these things. Especially because I'm dealing a lot with the cats and food and things like that. But they are sad. My nails are sad. Just a second. Okay, now for Celtic cards. Again, everything for me here is Celtic cards. But this one literally for me is Celtic because it has a lot of... Is it Triskelion symbols? I think it's called Triskelion. Yeah. Oh my God, I just love it. There's just so many... The numbers, 22. Now it's 11, which is the number of manifestation. And again, all numbers that are mirrored. So everything about integration, polarities. And this one has the unicorn. This is one of my favorite cards. A blessing on the children. And I'm gonna read it to you guys. Because you guys are bringing the future. That's why you got intention with you being called to begin. You're protecting the future with this energy. That is why I said, the salmon thing. The salmon swims against the current to make sure that the eggs are gonna have the perfect conditions to perpetuate the species. So it does all these sacrifices. It goes through all the trouble up the river, to make sure that these species should have a future. Can have a future. It's not even should. Can have a future. And it's just like the sun. If we didn't have the sun, we didn't have the promise of a new day. The sun brings life. Okay. A blessing on the children. A blessing for your own children and for the children within our lives, for they are all our children. And for me, it's even our inner child. This is what's gonna keep your, this is what has kept your inner light lit up. It's important to keep that inside of you always. This always burning. Feed your inner child. This is what is gonna help you thrive in the world. Never let your inner child go hungry again. Always nourish your inner child. Anyway, is it sure? Yeah. Only you, as the mother or father, know the tender moments you have seen. The first cry, the gaze of wonder, the curiosity of the newborn in love with the world, or howling at the teeth of hunger within the belly. May the children of the world be most blessed as they move from babe to child, learning the gifts of speech and movement, of thought and awareness. As they move from being entwined with mother to becoming their own selves, may they be guided with understanding and be taught resilience and strength of character. May their falls be lessons from which they learn to rise up, steady themselves, and continue. May they learn that kindness to themselves need not forego kindness to others. May they be taught the gift of self-love, self-awareness, and may every step they take be watched over, yet be without impediment. May they have teachers within schools that foster respect and understanding, and may their teachers show them the way through... Sorry, I got lost. May they have teachers within schools that foster respect and understanding, and may their teachers show them the way through examples, enlightened and wise. Let the innate goddess within come to the fore, and may they learn to be their best selves, even amidst the harshness of the world. Let the false step be followed with the refining of their way, and may the blessings of the love you have borne them be reborn through their love and contributions to the world. May their nature be allowed to come forth, and when they change the world in ways their elders fail to understand, may they have the strength to embrace them and bring the old ones into the next world they are creating. Blessed be. A freaking man. Okay. Now, this one, I love this oracle. For me, it has the energy of guardians of the earth. It's so beautiful. Look at the back of these cards. Are you freaking kidding me? It's the Tree Keeper's oracle, by the way. I just love it. Look at the golden edging. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm having a really bad time reading things. I think it's, again, the burnout. My brain's not working anymore. It's not even the brain. It's like the eyes are not following where the brain is. My eyes are going faster than the brain and the mouth is somewhere else. It's like the three of them are not in sync. Whatever. I'm gonna have to edit this reading. The places where I'm reading, because it's really bad. Even the intonation is really bad. I don't even know if you guys are understanding a single word that I'm saying while I'm reading. Even when I'm talking. Keeper of creativity. Again, this whole creativity thing, this whole childlike energy. This card is so freaking beautiful. Number 32. Again, this thing of creating a new world, guys. Creating a new world. That's why I got the sun, creativity. Sun for me is creativity. Okay. Is it? Yeah. Is it focusing? The colors inside of you must be expressed. To restrain your creative... Oh my gosh. Okay, I already started. My tongue is not articulating anymore. Okay, I'm gonna start again. I'm sorry. The colors inside of you must be expressed. To restrain your creativity is to show off the flow, is to shut off, not show off. Jesus Christ. To restrain your creativity is to shut off the flow of source, as we are made in its creative image. Whether you paint, dance, sing, sculpt, stitch, weave, write, tell, or shape, every creation expands the universe in joy. It's not just healthy to release what lives inside of you. The process is necessary and holy for the soul of the world. It allows all of us to know ourselves deeper and brighter as we witness your example. Now is the time to create with wild abandon. Don't say you aren't creative. Don't say there is no time. Prioritize your creative expression, even and especially if what you are creating serves no purpose other than the flow. That is enough. You are enough. Create now. You heard it. You guys heard it. Okay. Oracle of Avalon. Speaking of druids. Okay, this one already jumped off when I was shuffling. I'm telling you, changes, death, leaving behind what doesn't work anymore to bring the new, guys. Renewing the world, okay? And this is part of the markers in this oracle deck. That's why it says the sacred journey markers. You're marking a new time. You're defining a new time. Again, just like when the salmon goes up the river, it doesn't just go willy-nilly at any time of the year. No, there's a time. It needs to. First of all, the salmon needs to get into a certain age, be mature enough to develop eggs, and then go up the river at the right time of the year. So there are markers, biological and atmospherical markers, environmental, not atmospherical, environmental markers that place the right timing for things. And this is the right timing for change, creativeness. Again, sprouting the newness. And in order for something new to come, the old has to go. In a very magical way, because this woman reminds me of Morgan Le Fay. She probably was inspired on her. And Morgan created through shadow. And she was misunderstood. And she's related to death in feminine archetype, to the subconscious, to the night. Okay. Is this the one? The deck? No. Before this one is this one. Where's... yeah. The waning moon, fire, the waning fire moon, compromise. So for me, this is with the death and compromise, is you're seeing all of the things that you had to compromise to get to here, to where you are now. That is why it's gonna hurt. All the things you had to, because it's fire for me, it's spirit energy, spiritual energy, and again, creativity. All the things you had to go through and leave behind in order to become who you became. That's why it's gonna hurt. All of the things you had to compromise to ascend spiritually. The things you had to leave behind. Because sometimes we had to say goodbye, even in shadow, we had to say goodbye to parts of our shadows that were there all our lives to protect us as children. They were guardians when we were younger, but when we become older, they don't serve us anymore, so we just thank them. And it's like, yes, thank you for taking care of me all of this time, but now you're kind of becoming a restriction instead of a guardian. So I need to grow up. I need to get out of this comfort zone. Yeah. This one. Yeah. North Node. Destined to have. We're moving forward towards our karma. We're working on our path. All of this we had to compromise to get to where we have to be. That's why we're transforming. And we cannot let the light isn't there a song called Let the Sun Shine Down on Me? Something like that. Yeah. And that's why the new beginning is you're starting to go to where you finally had to be. That's why Keeper of Creativity, you're creating something. The mushroom deck. Split fiber cap. Integrity. Everything that I've been saying. Don't change. Don't let people, and not just that, you got here with integrity. The envious people that I said, oh, they must have cheated. No, I haven't. And I'm gonna keep my head up high. This compromise for me is looking looking, it's seeing everything that you had to compromise, but understanding that you're not compromising, that are values that you don't compromise as well. It's not willing to compromise some things anymore. And letting people know that there are some things you're not willing to compromise anymore. And if they want to be with you in this journey that you're destined to have, they're gonna have to learn how to compromise. They're gonna learn to have integrity as well. To work with integrity. That's what you're teaching people. Again, that's why it's been hard. It's hard to maintain integrity in the world that we live today. They do everything for us to corrupt ourselves, to make it easier, and you guys chose the hardest path, while the others chose the path of the least resistance. But that's why you're feeling so powerful, and they are not anymore, because the resistance is what gave you power. It's what made you develop. You went through the hero's journey and they haven't, because you realized that you are your own hero. No one's gonna save you but yourselves. They're still waiting for a knight in shining armor. And if they keep waiting, they're gonna be eaten by the dragon. It's not even being eaten by the dragon, they're gonna be swept by the dragon's tail, which is a south node, which is what imprisons us, which is the karmic things that we have to be released from. The Awakening Intuition deck, nothing flipped. Nothing flipped. Okay, this one. $49. Minimize energy drains. Who, what, or where drains your physical and psychic energy? Is there a person, commitment, bad habit, food, place, thought pattern, or internal attitude that defeats or depletes you? Ask your intuition to identify drains in your life through words, pictures, feelings, and knowings, or via synchronicity. Support your adrenals. Pause, take a print if you'd like to. So yeah, guys, this whole draining thing, because you are in the sun energy, you're feeling all powerful and a lot of people are not. You have this inner child creative thing happening around you, sprouting, and sprouts in plants have the most amount of energy because they have to break through the membrane of the seeds. And even this compromise thing is like, sometimes you're gonna have to compromise some commitments, even family commitments or something like that. Compromise being with people. Yeah. Dream goddess, because we have a lot of feminine energy. Oh, we already have one. Aphrodite, goddess of pleasure. You are a gorgeous, sensual work of heavenly art. Let feeling good be a priority as you allow your inner bliss to inform your actions. Notice how your colorful, creative spirit is the muse for orgasmic self-expression for you and everyone in your spiral dance of life. Love it. You guys have it all. You're gonna be feeling all powerful, and a lot of people, again, Aphrodite is the goddess of love. because she had a lot of self-love, and people are going to be feeling that, and some of them are not going to like it, and some of them are going to love it and feel inspired, and some of them are going to love it to try to grab some of it in them, so they don't have to compromise and do the work and go through the death of the ego. So just be aware of the drains. Prioritize your energies, okay? I'm gonna take 3 cards, just 3 cards, straightforward, not energy to avoid, energy to, no, just 3 cards, okay? And then I'm gonna take an oracle for something else. Judgment, exactly. Nothing flipped. Okay, too many. Gonna put them all back. Ten of Cups. Okay, too many as well. I feel like you guys are very anxious. Anxiety is not gonna take you anywhere. Slow your horses, guys, or direct their energy inwards, okay? I know it's hard. 2 of Pentacles. Oh my god, so funny, because I said you guys are too anxious, and balance your like direct that energy inwards and cool down. The bottom of the deck, Temperance. So yeah, cool down, okay? Otherwise you're not gonna make it. I know it's very exciting and oh, I want change, yeah, but cool down, okay? Things are still developing, because behind it we have the Page of Pentacles. So things are still in development. If you're gonna be too excited right now, again, they're just sprouting. You just came out of death. May you be called to begin. You're gonna be like, it's not even biting your nails, you're gonna be eating your whole hand. Just like SpongeBob. By the end of, I don't know, March. You got Judgment, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Pentacles, which I love because the center of all of this is the 10 of Cups. You guys went through, again, Judgment. You went through a hard time. You learned how to, and you passed the test, or at least you're passing, but you learn how to work through the difficulty, going towards, let me just, towards what you're destined, not even to have, but to all your dreams coming true, to what you always wanted. You just have to know how to balance. 2 of Pentacles is balance. For me, it's daily life from now on. It's this balance between the spiritual and the material world. And it's not even you. It's like, just, that's why it's Temperance. It's like, cool down. Things are still balancing. Things are still trying to work out for you to get to here finally. You just came out of Judgment. You're gonna get there eventually, but things are still looking for a balance. Things are still balancing out. Like I said, 2025 is gonna be the year where the axis of the node, the nodes from the moon, the axis of the eclipses, are gonna shift from Aries Libra to Pisces Virgo. That's when we're gonna start aligning material world with spiritual world. Start aligning. So it's gonna take a while. That's why I said you're gonna be biting your nails just like SpongeBob eating his whole hand and arms. There's this meme, I don't know if you watched it, because in the cartoons, when SpongeBob was really anxious, he wouldn't even like bite his nails. He wouldn't go like, and because he was a sponge and sponges regenerate, like new arms would grow, and it was just like this photocopy machine. Like people don't even use photocopy machines anymore, but yeah, just like a printer. There you go. I don't even know if this young generation uses printers anymore. I don't know. I don't even know if kids know what a printer is anymore. I'm not kidding. But yeah, everything, every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Oh, and the little bird. One little bird singing sweet songs. But yeah, it's just requiring some adjusting, okay? Because there's a whole collective being shifted as well. So yeah, final message already flipped. So you guys won't be so desperate. Just stay in this freaking energy. My heart space is abundant and flowing. Keep yourself in this energy. That's what's gonna guarantee this to you. If it's still not coming, don't doubt yourself or the universe, okay? Don't. You're in the right path. You've got everything that you need for now, and more is coming. It's just a matter of aligning. But you're destined to have everything that you planned to before you incarnated, okay? Not what you think you should have, because maybe there's some ego self involved there that doesn't know it very well, but what your soul wrote down in a contract for yourself before it incarnated. And trust me, your soul, your higher self, knows it better than your lower self. So just trust yourself as you've been trusting, okay? Yeah, so thank you guys for watching another video. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. If you guys celebrate Christmas, and see you in the next week. Lots of love and light, and bye.